Hello there, welcome. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all you need to know before you order your railings. Let's jump into it. Today I will be sharing with you 5 steps that's going to help you choose your new railing. So first step is, what are my options? I'm going to be explaining all the options that you have in order for you to order your railings, whether it's exterior, interior, indoor, outdoor, commercial, residential. We're going to talk about everything. And the second thing, we're going to talk about how to choose a design. Third thing, we're going to be talking about what types of finishes are offered on all these options that you have. Another thing is all the pros and cons for all these options to help educate you which one is the best for you. And the last thing is how to choose a company to do the job that you want. Before I go into it, I want to share with you a little bit about myself. I came to Canada 15 years ago and I started my business 10 years ago. Before that, I used to work with a company. They're no longer in business right now, but this is where I used to work, and I took a picture of me working there. The idea here is I was not too happy about the way things were done in that shop, so I decided that I'm going to open my own. So I decided to open my own, and this is what I did. This is my first shop, 800 square feet. That was in 2012, and this is where I started. After that, we're currently in a shop that's 12,000 square feet, which is 2023, and we love it. And now we're starting to feel it's a little bit getting smaller, but beside the point, it's amazing. We have the space. Wanted to mention, don't take my word for it. Go on the internet and look for Smith Metal Works to find some reviews about us. This is Home Stars and this is Google. I want to make sure here that sometimes people they can buy fake reviews, and I got one client who's saying, you know what, I don't believe in these reviews because you can get them for free online or whatever the case might be. But these are earned reviews for the past 10 years. Whenever I go to somebody's house or we're doing a project, and I will always tell them, at the end of this project I will ask you for a review. So that's my accountability to make sure we deliver the best product and the best quality on time. So after that, we're going to talk about what we do. What we do is we do residential, commercial, interior and exterior. We do railings, fences, gates, metal stairs. We do metal, aluminum, stainless steel and glass. So we don't do wood and we don't do vinyl. Our aluminum is a little bit different. So what we do special is something called forged aluminum. I know a lot of people, they haven't heard of forged aluminum, which is wrought aluminum, like worked on aluminum. And at the end I'll explain what is this option, and I'll explain to you why what might be the best. I'll leave it up to you. So our clients are homeowners, builders, restoration companies, general contractors, property managers, city projects, architects and engineer firms. So tip 1. What are my options? Our options, as being here in Canada, we have metal railings, we have stainless steel railings. I want to mention that metal railings, they have different finishes. We're going to be talking about them later. So we do, or our options are stainless steel railings with glass or without glass. We have wood railings, we have aluminum railings, we have glass railings, and we have vinyl railings. These are our options in terms of interior or exterior. Of course, the aluminum is more for exterior. The wrought iron or like the picket railing could be wood, could be metal, and could be stainless steel inside the house. So these are our options. Vinyl, you do want to put it inside the house. It's mainly outside the house. So these are our options here in the GTA. Tip number 2 is the different criteria to choose your design. I did this based on a criteria based on 6 different steps, which is safety, looks and personal taste. Of course, always I find always the clients they will ask me, what do you think, it's gonna be nice? The beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So I honestly don't know if it's gonna be beautiful for you or not. Like I had one time people, they painted the railing pink, and that was the only one time that I did that job, which is pink. So they like it. What am I supposed to say? It's not nice. It is nice. It's pink. So another thing is the budget. The time of delivery sometimes might be an issue for you to choose the design or the finish or the option that you have. No to low maintenance options. We're going to talk about that because that helps you to decide what kind of a railing you're gonna go with, and of course the quality. So we're gonna try to talk about these in a little bit of depth, so to give you more of an idea. So safety, we need to make sure that these railings are passing the Ontario Building Code in terms of spacing, in terms of climbability, in terms of load tests, in terms of all these things, to make sure that they are safe. And another thing is we need these to be installed properly. And the other thing is we need to make sure that whomever is doing the job, they're not going to damage the property. So they have the safety and the PEP to go with it, so they're not damaging the property and they are not putting you at danger or anybody in the house at danger. The second thing of choosing a design will be looks and personal taste. And I get this question a lot, like, what do you think would look nice? So to give you a general rule of thumb or general idea is the material to be used will determine the looks that we can have. So let's say you're in a modern house, we recommend going with straight lines, no curves, no curly stuff. A traditional look, we might add some circles, finials, we might add things that are traditional to match the style of the house. Budget is important because sometimes you have a limited budget but you want a certain design, but I'll give you a general idea of budgeting for the project. If you're talking about the most expensive will be a forged interior metal curved railing with wood on top. That would be one of, especially it has all these curves and all these curves and all these design, is going to be one of the most expensive ones because it's labor extensive. The thing is, after that will be, let's say, stainless steel with glass, especially if it was curved. The other thing will be exterior galvanized, and then we will have the aluminum and the wood and the vinyl. So this is a general idea of most expensive to least expensive. Of course, if we're doing metal galvanized, it's going to be a little bit more than just bare metal, which is we're going to be talking about the pros and cons. Why do we do galvanized? What's galvanized and all these things. So the other thing is time of delivery. Time of delivery is very important because sometimes you have a closing in the house, or sometimes you have an inspection, or sometimes you want to have an occupancy, especially when it's a builder. So they always look for timing because they have to meet a deadline, so that will determine what design or what material and finish to choose. Like if you wanted something fast, then I will eliminate, let's say, galvanizing. If you wanted something fast from stainless steel, I will eliminate stainless steel. I will eliminate, let's say, the glass. I will choose this like picket railings. Another thing to mention is, depending on the company size, depending on the project, how big is the project, will usually give you an indication how much time it will be. So depending on the company, depending on the size of the project, depending how they're busy, how much they're busy, or how fast they can deliver it, but it's usually between 2 to 8 weeks. This is usually what you're looking at. Then we move into the low maintenance to medium maintenance to high maintenance. So if we're looking at these options, on the left here we have metal painted, we have metal galvanized, we have stainless steel, wood, aluminum, glass, railings, and vinyl. And if we look at the chart beside it, we can see that the stainless steel is very low maintenance, where if we take the first one, which is metal painted, it's high maintenance. Why high maintenance? Because when you have bare metal, you just prime and paint, usually it will rust fast. So what that means is you have to scrub it, you have to sandblast it, and you have to deal with it every year, because once the rust hits it, so what you're basically doing is you're always painting the rust rather than you're painting the metal. So that would be my least option, and sometimes I hate that the builders, they go with that option just because it's faster and it's cheaper for them, but obviously it's ruining the reputation of the metal, because galvanized metal will not rust, or it's very limited when it's coming to rust. So I will whoever asks for this PDF, I will share it for them so they can have this and they can look at it better, or you can pause the video and look at it. Another thing is low quality, medium quality, and high quality. I put these based on my experience in this business for a while now, more than 10 years. I will say that metal painted is medium quality just for the fact of the finish of the paint. Metal galvanized is very high quality. because it's galvanized. That means it's going to prevent it from rusting. Hot dip galvanizing means we bake the actual railing with zinc that's going to stick to it, and it's going to adhere to it with baked on it in a tank that's going to take the rust away, or the option of rust away, which is going to prolong the life of the railing. Stainless steel, of course. Stainless steel, I will have a question mark, because stainless steel, if you don't get it from the right suppliers, sometimes we have stainless steel that rusts. So we want to make sure that the stainless steel used is the right stainless steel that is used. Of course, wood is medium quality, I would say, just because the fact that the way they install the wood, it's installed in a way that sometimes after a while it's get wobbly. Aluminum, I would say the same thing. It's medium quality for the fact that it's riveted together, or it's screwed together with small little screws, so sometimes I find they're not the greatest. Glass railings, of course, it's high quality. Vinyl railings is very low quality for the fact that it's just plastic, so I wouldn't consider it a very good quality. Then we move to the types of finishes that we can have on these options. So we have the options, and this is the type of finishes we can have. So as you can see here, we have metal, could be prime and paint, and could be powder coating. Again, if that powder coating is not done properly and it's not prepared properly, it will rust faster than prime and paint. Metal galvanized also can be prime painted or powder coated, or even left raw for it to weather, then painted. Stainless steel, of course, it can be just raw. You don't need to add any coating on it, except if you want to do mirror finish, or if you want to do you can do powder coat it, but I don't recommend it a lot, and you can leave it raw. Wood, of course, we stain wood. We paint it, yes, but I don't recommend. Aluminum should be always powder coated. Glass railings will be left raw, and vinyl railing will be also powder coated. Now, the overall pros and cons of the, if when I go back here, I will give you on the side here, you can see that powder coating is hard to paint touch up after. Like, to give you an example, we find this all the times, that whenever we're delivering a powder coated product, you know, we're stacking these products beside each other, so whenever we're moving them around, handling, we have some chips here and there, and it's not to avoid the warranty, but it does chip when we're handling them and lifting them and installing them. We try to cover them with paper and stuff like that, but things happen. So one of the things that I find the hardest thing is to match the exact color, and the actual powder coating, the thickness of it is a little bit thick rather than the prime and paint. So whenever you come to paint touch up it, you will always see that there is a dent in it, in a way. Another thing is, you need, whenever they hang it, you will always see sharp edges whenever they're doing that. One thing to mention about also the galvanizing, and once you send it to galvanize, it becomes a little bit rougher. Sometimes it has sharp edges. It changes the way it looks. It has like a thick galvanizing coat. Sometimes it changes the way it looks, and a lot of people, sometimes they don't like that, or they ask you why it's like that. And the problem is with these things, what happens is, if we grind them too much, we're taking the galvanizing out. That means it's gonna defeat the purpose of the galvanizing. So it's hard. So it's hard to paint touch up. It's hard to maintain. It's a nicer finish though, and life to be painted after is, I would say, between 6 and 10 years, depending on the powder coating company. But of course, it's more expensive. Prime and paint would be my option to go to, because we figured out after all the years the best. Prime and paint to stick to galvanizing, to stick to aluminum, we use a very high quality product that actually it's a 2-component product, that it has the hardener and it has the actual paint, and that's going to stick to any surface using the right primer, which is exclusive for galvanized surfaces. Easy to touch up and easy to maintain. It's also easy to flake. Sometimes the life to paint is between 4 to 10 years, and it's a little bit less expensive. It comes with a price. So if we look here, we can see the powder coating and all these things, and then we're going to move to the overall pros and cons when it comes to the products that we're choosing. The way I did this graph, or the way I did this diagram, is high with red means bad, high with the white color is good, medium is of course medium, and low with red is bad, and low with white is good. To give you an example, if we go to the metal painted, safety is high because it's welded together, it's high quality, it's safe. The designs, we have a lot of designs, high designs. The price is medium. The time is medium, since we don't have to send to galvanizing, and sometimes the galvanizing, especially in the summer times, it becomes like only 4 weeks for galvanizing itself. The maintenance is high in red. That means it's not good as maintenance, because as I talked and I said before, it's gonna rust fast. The quality for that matter is low, which is red, and that's the way you read this graph. If we go to say I will say stainless steel. Stainless steel safety is high because it's welded together, is very strong metal. The designs is medium because we don't have a lot of variety of designs. The price is a little bit high, it's high in red. Safety high is in white, that means it's very safe. But when the high is in red, as you can see here, that means the price is high in red, it's bad. So the time is medium depending on the size of the company and when you're ordering, and the maintenance is very low maintenance, and the quality is very high. So stainless steel is a very good option. If you go to the vinyl, we can see that it's low in terms of price. It's good for the budget, but the designs are very low, which is we don't have a lot of them, and the safety is low because these are plastic and they barely can pass the Ontario Building Code. So for that reason, I wouldn't be choosing that won't be an option of mine at all. Then we move to the how to choose a company to do the job. I always say years in business is very important because that tells you how much experience they have. Of course, I'm not saying that people who are starting new are not good, but sometimes their liability and all these things, they don't have the same experience in terms of running their own business or dealing with clients. So years of business is very important as everything else. Google and Homestar reviews, to a point, I would say make sure they're legit. Read the reviews. I had clients read all the reviews and everything, every review they read, every single one of them, just to make sure that it's not bought or it's authentic, it's genuine. Communication and experience. Like, how is the communication? How do you order? Like, when you contacted this company, like how fast they replied to your email? How was their handling of your request? Did they ask you questions? Did they answer their questions? What your experience with them when you met with them? Were they nice? Sometimes they have very good reputation. They're not having a good day, so you're not really bonding with them. You don't like the guy who showed up to give you the price. The communication, you send them an email, you wait 3-4 days until they return back to you with like, this is personal experience with the communication with the company. Of course, the price, I always ask to get multiple prices and multiple quotes. As you can see, warranty, what do they offer as warranty? And one thing that I want to make sure that warranty is not only warranty on the job they do, because there is a lot of companies and I know that they are big names. What they do is they say, if we break the stone, we don't fix it. It's not our problem. Well, in my case, the stone was fine. You came to do the job and you broke it. Yeah, we broke it because the guy didn't put enough cement under like the stone, or this stone is a bad stone. Whatever the case might be, they will give you the answer right away. We don't take care of stone. If we break the stone, it's under your liability, which is, as Smith Metal Works, we take care of that. If we break something, we fix it. And of course, ask about being responsible for the damages. Safety procedure. Do they have a safety procedure? Are they presentable? Do they have a uniform, or they are just showing like a Yahoo on the job site? They're just running around. Do they have the right tools? WSIB clearance for, of course, commercial. Liability insurance. We find that a lot of bigger companies or a lot of bigger contracts that we have with bigger companies, they always require to add them on our liability insurance for the policy to have them as insured whenever we're doing a job for them. Another thing is, I will always suggest that you get multiple quotes. So by this, I wanted to present to you Smith Metal Works and why choose Smith Metal Works based on the fact that I just told you. So Smith Metal Works is the only company in the GTA that can do something called forged aluminum. What is forged aluminum? Forged aluminum, as you can see in these 3 pictures or illustration, forged aluminum means we can forge the aluminum exactly to look like wrought iron or metal, but it's aluminum. What that means, it's lifetime, no rust. So if we go here and we look at the chart again, you see the forged aluminum here in the bottom. I will give it the biggest, highest flag numbers, because the idea started with me. Why did I look for forged aluminum? For the very simple fact that in the summertime I will lose business because I can't give the product fast enough, based on the fact that galvanizing takes too much time, like a month, like 5 weeks, 6 weeks. So what I said to myself, well, we have aluminum, but this aluminum is riveted together and it's not strong enough, and we don't have a lot of variety when it comes to designs. So I googled, I found a company in Portland, Oregon, and for 3 years I went there every summer to learn all the tricks how to make the aluminum look like wrought iron. And I bought the machines, German machines, they're the dealer for it, to allow me to be the only one who can make forged aluminum, a design that is like forged wrought iron but in aluminum, as you can see in the pictures. So it's high in quality, because high in safety, because it's welded. As you can see here on the right hand side, we have unlimited designs. It's welded aluminum, it's not riveted together. It's certified under the Ontario Building Code to pass 12 floors. It's forged aluminum, it's custom colors we have affordable prices, delivery is within 3 weeks. It's very low maintenance, it's high quality, it's lifetime, no rust. Not only that, we are CWB certified, Canadian Welding Bureau certified welders. That's why I have this amazing product to offer you whenever you want this. We are the only company that can make that happen for you, and that's why we recommend Smith Metal Works. I built this business from scratch, and I'm very, very, very proud that we have been serving the GTA for the past 10 years, and we're here, we're growing with your trust, with your business, we're local, and we would love if you contact us for a quote. Let us just price, and we can price match to a point. We're here to ask you for a review whenever we have finished the job. I hope this presentation is not too long for you, but it answers most of your questions that I get from people. Don't hesitate, go to smithmetalworks.ca, send us a request for a quote, and we will deal with you and we'll take care of you. We're local, and we're here to ask you for a review once we've done our work. Thank you very much, and enjoy this amazing, amazing, amazing day. Thank you.